You know, it's not every day I get to see a video game which is supposedly going to be a masterpiece and pushed quite heavily by the media get a lower rating than that of Dragon Age The Veilguard. To give you an idea of what I'm saying, this review both comes from IGN Africa, where they give basically Dragon Age The Veilguard a 9 out of 10 and Ghost of Yotei an 8 out of 10. Now, I think the idea is that they probably wanted to give it a 10 out of 10, considering that they were going to lie about the game anyway. And they couldn't, because if they did, then people were like, hold on, we know what you guys are up to. So they didn't want to make it too obvious, and they said, look, let's give it a realistic number of 8 out of 10. But then somehow one of the worst games ever made, which has crashed and burned, to which the studio no longer exists from what I understand, that has a higher rating. Now, in my opinion at least, whenever it comes down to video game journalism, you can't trust them. These guys can't even defeat the Cuphead tutorial properly. The articles that they write are always inflammatory towards the customers of these products. And on top of that, my opinion is that these guys have too many favors being handed under the table from video game developers. The reason being is, when you look at it, whenever they cover Western video games versus Eastern video games, the Eastern video games always have something negative about them. Either the studio, the game, either they're sexist, they're racist, misogynistic, their symbols, there's something wrong with it, or the game itself has some heavy flaw despite being loved universally by the player base. Whereas when it comes down to Western games, these games are always masterpieces, yet when players get their hands on it, it's usually just an objectively hot pile of garbage. You'll notice it's like a growing trend, or rather it's been a trend for a very long time. And the reason this tends to happen is because a lot of these game journalists with Western developers tend to get special treatment. They get put up in hotels, they get lunch, breakfast, supper, they get to go on these fancy vacations abroad to get early access ahead of everybody else. They get special treatment in exchange for writing favorable reviews, and on top of that, a lot of these game developers and journalists have the same political ideology and are also friends that tend to hang out with one another. You can see it from the interactions online with the way they're so casual with each other, and then you start to understand exactly what it is. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, and everybody benefits together. You write the favorable reviews so that people can buy our game and we can get better bonuses, and in exchange we'll just give you a usual vacation here and there, a paid dinner at a 5-star hotel or whatever it is, and we all get to live a good life together while pulling the wool over the consumer's eyes. Now, the reason why I'm saying that there's something fishy going on over here is, for one, across the board, everybody who's gotten Ghost of Yotei early has given it a very stellar review. Aside from that, IGN on the 27th of September, for whatever reason, has come out and said our IGN reviewer for Ghost of Yotei explains how review scores work. Why the hell are you coming out to make a statement like this? For whatever purpose and reason? Is it to justify your review as to how you arrived at the 8 because of the suspicion and speculation that you're shilling for a game that isn't actually very good? Now, I have no doubt in my mind, considering Sucker Punch's studio's track record, that as far as the visuals go of the game, it would be nice. But as far as the story goes and the lines inside of it, well, that's yet to be heard or seen. My opinion about this is that to some extent you are definitely going to get the usual rubbish that comes along with all of these political ideologies that tend to infect these studios, similar to that of Dragon Age The Veilguard. I have no doubt in my mind that there's going to be something in this game that's going to basically piss off a huge player or a huge chunk of the player base, and make no mistake, when it comes to time to remembering exactly what they said or how they reacted to the Charlie Kirk situation, it makes it clear where the studio stands. Both on Blue Sky and on Twitter, they're getting absolutely roasted. In YouTube, at least, they can control the comments, but they can't really control the dislikes, from what I understand. But with that being said, guys, I'm out of this video. Let me know what you think about Ghost of Yotei when it does come out. Let me know what you think about this video. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, all that other fun stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourselves and goodbye.